Why is it like that now? What the fuck? 3, 2, 1. Hello everybody, Anti-HyperLink here. Welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Platinum. Hold on, I think I feel really weird right now. Okay, my back is bothering me. I'm in a mood, like a sad mood, kind of depressed. I've been in a grumpy mood all day. It's basically 9:59. Oh, did I take? Yeah, I did take. Gotta get up at what? 6 tomorrow morning. I'm gonna have a shower tonight, so I'm good for that. But I had to go to the hospital for literally like 20 minutes for an ECG. The hospital here, so it's not a bad thing. Not a bad trip. And I'll be back and then fine, but it's Wednesday where I have to go to Toronto and have a fucking MRI. I'm so excited for that. Cause I fucking love MRIs. I fucking hate MRIs. I have to go for a CT scan. It's fine. It's like 15 minutes. Usually don't even have to change my clothes unless it's like a pelvis CT scan. Oh, my neck. Every CT scan that I've had lately, besides the most recent one, I didn't have to take off my clothes and put on a thing, like a gown. I hate MRIs because they call you in early and you gotta put on a gown and fill out a thing and then sit there, and then you're sitting there for a while and they call you in and they do the fucking IV thing, and then you're sitting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and you're like, okay, I'm on a sedative, it's gonna fucking wear off before I go in the machine. Well, I've like waited forever just to go in to the fucking MRI, like, just to be called. And then I have to fucking change and fill out a form and wait, and then go and get the fucking thing put in my arm and wait. After that, it's just trying to fall asleep. Just let the fucking sedatives take me off to another world, basically. But okay, the thing is, I came onto the stream. I'm not sure how I'm feeling about that whole Emily thing. It might just be a king fetish that I shouldn't have shared and been so into, and like a Heiko face or whatever. Yeah, I'm bisexual and I'm a horny slut, but I don't. Because I don't know what going back and forth means to me. I don't know what it means to other people. Like, is it traditionally masculine and feminine traits that you're going between? Is it just an appearance, like, when you want to be a woman, is it because you want to look pretty? Or you feel kinder and more sensitive? Like, is it traditional things, or is it something? If it's different for everyone, then it's not a thing. Like, there has to be some kind of objective thing. I mean, I wasn't really, every time I go back and forth, I ask a fucking AI what they think I should do. I say, who should I be? And they tell me who to be. I just go with that. So I'm like, okay, you're in charge of me. Tell And then when they keep on saying, be yourself, you be who you want to be, and I'm like, I have two things, just decide between them. I'm both of them, I can't be both at the same time. I can't fucking imagine myself as both. Just do it, and then I'm like, okay, I give up, and using an RNG, I'm like, okay, fucking flip a coin. And then I go into that headspace, or try to, but now I'm out of that. Maybe I'm just feeling like Nick then. I think I'm just in a mood because of this whole chemo thing coming up. More and more reality of like doing things to fight my cancer, but I feel like I'm fighting a losing battle. Like, what the fuck is the point? I don't want to just lay down and die. But if maybe it's gonna take away my pain and make me feel better. Maybe it's gonna do a little bit to fight the cancer. But what am I gonna do for the rest of my life? Just fucking stream to no one and edit videos occasionally and go to write, but then not know what to fucking do and write like fucking 4 sentences and then scrap them. Constantly fight with an AI over code. Have it be like, okay, well, you need to do this, and it barely changes the code, or it's like, oh, okay, well then put in debug messages. Like, I got a solution to the loading problem, the saving and loading problem, but that problem is what caused me to not be able to access the inventory. Like, if I commented out, or say just remove, like you put a hash, not a hashtag, a hash, a number sign in front of a certain line of code, then I can have the inventory does pop up. But with that, I can't load the game without recursion happening. And recursion is happening in the Pokemon game, and nothing is calling itself. And I've matched the Pokemon code to the Between the Worlds code, and I don't understand why it's still giving me problems. Ow! And then that happens. But not all. I think I fucking royally fucked something up doing my fucking family tree. Because I don't even know. For some reason, there's the same wife for 2 different like this guy's wife and then his grandpa's wife. Now it's like saying it's because it's the same person last name, so it's mixing things up, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not dealing with that right now. And then this fucking code shit is pissing me off. I gotta stop using the RNG for everything. Because I'm like, okay, can I stop? Should I keep on going with the writing? When I want to stop writing, or when I want to stop Python, when I want to stop genealogy, and it's like, nope, keep going. I'm like, I was like, fuck it, I'm stopping. I'm doing a stream, at least one, and then I'm gonna take my stuff up to my room and do stuff there. Really, as long as I don't need to stream console game, I can do everything from the bedroom. Sitting in bed. Hopefully that's not too loud or too quiet. I'd rather it be too quiet than too loud. And if you complain about it being too quiet, then just be happy that it's not too loud. Like, you'd rather hear my voice than the fucking game music, right? Is Badu overpowered, or am I going to be kicking myself in the ass if I put him or her? Them. Him. In the PC. In the personal computer. Because this is the level that they should have been at to fight the first gym leader, so they seem underleveled for this freaking galactic fight. So it's just gonna kind of be a train for a bit and then check, train for a bit and then check. Considering I Snarly just got its ass kicked by a fucking wild weasel. Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed at 10:30 or to my bed. But apparently it's like there's like a psychological thing where if you are in bed, even if you're not ready to sleep, you're gonna end up wanting to sleep because you're in your bed. Like, that's a thing that someone in an Attack and Dugan stream said. So take it with a grain of salt, but I believe them. I didn't have any reason to not believe them. And I know I believe him based on the fact that whenever I go to my bed and plan to read or use my computer, I'm like, oh, I'm in my bed, I want to lay down, it's comfy, I want to be on this pillow, although I've been falling asleep sitting up, and then, I don't know if that's contributing to my neck pain. It's not really like a stiff neck kind of neck pain. There's lots of time when I fall asleep here on stream. And my neck's not hurt, and then I go to bed and fine, so oh shit. Like I wake up with a completely different kind of neck pain than from a stiff neck. Or it might be a combination of that and neuropathy. But it's more nerve pain than muscle and bone. Muscles. Why does, yeah, the anti-hyper streams for YouTube still, the logo still has Emily on it. What, did I not change it? Oh god. Yeah, I changed it to a different logo, so why is it still showing that logo? Still showing that logo. Dad stole my chair. No big deal. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not angry. In level 9 shallows and it has water pulse. My god, don't go get out of the way. Jesus Christ, with the water pulse! My god, how is it missing every time? Fucking sand attack, that's how. I don't know if I'm like really tense right now or what. Like, I haven't been the last few streams because I've had weed drinks in me, but not tonight. Won't tomorrow night either, but or during the day I might. Sleep again. When I bought them on Thursday, I needed them. I'm just wondering like how that is helping me, and if I can get a prescription for the drinks and edibles, because I can't smoke. The doctor said no smoking, but he also said like cannabis is the last resort. So what is it gonna say? How is that gonna work for a prescription? Is it gonna be like pills? And if I just start drinking that drink right now, it's like it's 10:30 basically, 10:25. Want me to sleep before it kicks in, for fuck's sakes. Number 55. Pachirisu, the Ellis Squirrel Pokemon. Electric type, 1 foot 4 inches, 8.6 pounds. Pair may be seen rubbing their cheek pouches together in an effort to share stored electricity. I'm gonna get rid of the blurb thing for now, because I don't have, well, for a while, because I don't have bits, so there's no point. I'll have to remove that from my Twitch, because there's no point in me having it if no one can use it. Wow! I don't know what the next thing I'm looking. Ow! Looking forward to is movies, maybe shows. I don't know, video games. There's nothing much that I'm looking forward to right now. Seeing if this fucking the chemo shit does anything for my pain. Ow! What? When I go like that, it hurts. What the fuck? Instead of looking forward to things, you're just doing the things I'm looking forward to. I gotta really focus more on my my writing and my game stuff, and try not to give up so easily. I gotta go back to the sim stuff, because I kind of just quit because I was like, I don't know how to make all this work. I should not go back that far in the family tree and just do from like my great grandfather or whatever. It's an adult and his parents don't need to be there or whatever. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do like my whole fucking family tree as far as I can fucking, as far back as I can go with everyone. With every single generation. And that's kind of insane. But it wouldn't be insane if I had like, say every fucking person had a photo or a drawing or something to represent them. But also like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, if I have, say I'm just doing it from my grandparents, and I have them as adults. I make them, well, I make I make my parents and not care about their kids looking exactly like my siblings and myself, and also like I need to, like, obviously my two of them have a different mother, two of them have a different father. But that doesn't matter, I just do whatever. But and so I would be like, have the grandparents, and you know, they have their babies, and then my parents meet, have whoever with whoever else, or yeah, they have it with whoever else, with their parents, and then have me. That's fine. But if I'm going further back, because you know every generation, you know, splits off further, like 2 parents, 4 grandparents, 8 great-grandparents, 16 great-great-grandparents, like, or whatever, going onward. Everyone would have to look somewhat the same in order for it to trickle down and the newer generations to look right. Like, you know, there's Sims in the game that I've used in the past that look sort of like my 2 parents. So I would take, I mean, there's also ones that I kind of used for my grandparents, but later on, I would take the ones for my parents, turn them into my grandparents, and then their child would end up looking like that Sim. Meaning they're kind of both the same Sim, just male and female version of each other. So if I do their parents, it's the same thing. They're kind of just like my dad's parents are both versions of him, or his grandparents are all versions of him. So then my grandparents are going to look sort of similar, because they all kind of look, they're all going to just look like each other. So if I keep on going back further and further, I have to make every single person look sort of like use the Sim for my father, or make one that looks like me, and then make that Sim look like my parents. But then what do I do with my siblings, my half-siblings, technically? What I would have to do is some kind of weird incest method, and for lack of a better term, like, I mean, I have to do a lot of, like, you know, carefully removing Sims so that I don't fuck up the game files, but, like, before I would do that, you know, like, you can extract Sims using a program called SimPE. That's how I got some ancestors that people haven't made and put on Mod the Sims to make all the ancestors of the pre-made Sims. Ow! So I could make a Sim that looks like my 2 brothers, Mike and Tim. Like make a Sim for each, and then and then breed one of them with female version of the other one, and then have those two babies breed, and then that would be their father. You know, if they look like my brothers, then that means they would sort of resemble my mom, but I wouldn't have that sim that looks like my mom in the genetics. So it would sort of work out. Oh! But it's gross, and then it's gross. And then I would just extract that sim, and then later have that sim have two boys with my mother, and then do the same with Jamie and Tyler's mom to make her. But then for me, I mean, going back further in the timeline in the family tree, everyone has to sort of look the same. Like, everyone has to be a copy of the same sim breeding with itself, essentially. And everyone's just gonna kind of look very similar. I don't exactly want that, but it might have to be the case. I mean, the Sims don't look too different from each other anyways, but I don't know what to do. Like, I feel like I'm not smart enough to figure it out. I need someone who can fucking interpret the data. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Who can understand what I'm trying to do and explain it to me. Like I'm 5. Ow. Like I have these two ancestors that are way far back that have either photos or paintings of them. So I can make them and make the Sims look like them. But they'd still have to come from a sim that looks like me, or at least looks like both of my parents. Or no, looks like my father. But okay, I don't want to say overthinking it, because I hate that term. Because overthinking is just thinking. And I read an article or a blog piece or whatever that says overthinking isn't real, it's just thinking. But I feel like I'm thinking about it wrong. I'm thinking about it the wrong way, not overthinking it. I'm just making it out to be more complicated than it actually is. But I need someone to articulate it for me. If I'm bad at articulating things, maybe I shouldn't be a writer. Like, okay, I guess for them, they don't need to necessarily they have to sort of resemble my father, at least. Whichever one of my parents is their descendant. But like, all the ancestors would have to sort of resemble him. And then all of his father's ancestors would have to sort of resemble his father. And then so like all the ancestors would have to sort of resemble my father. And all my mother's ancestors would have to sort of resemble my mother. So what I would do is take the two Sims that resemble my parents in the Sims 2 game, because you can't play with genetics in Sim Body Shop for some reason. I don't know why they didn't just put that in there. They didn't know that people were going to do these things. And, you know, have them have a baby, make the Sim look sort of more like me, and then extract that Sim and use that Sim as a basis to make the furthest back ancestors of both of my parents. Meaning that both sides of my family, all the ancestors are going to sort of look similar. I mean, but that means, what I'm saying is, all the ancestors on my father's side are going to sort of look like the ancestors on my mother's side, and vice versa. They're all going to look the same, like similar, because they're all using a Sim that's based off of me. But the ones on my father's side shouldn't look like the ones on my mother's side, and the ones from my father's father shouldn't look like the ones from my father's mother, and so on and so forth, because they're different generational lines. I guess that's all that I'm trying to say. I'm making it out to be more complicated than it actually is. It's just, they're all going to have to look the same in order for the Sims to end up looking like me in the end. And different paths, different parental paths, are going to have to look the same. And that's not really what I want, but I guess that's what I'm going to have to do. Yeah. And then I'm going to have to do that weird method of making Jamie and Tyler's mom and Mike and Tim's father, not dad, father. It's a difference. We don't share a father, but we do share a dad. If you don't understand that, then you're not very bright. My dad didn't father them, but he's their dad. And when you're stealing steel, steel's the only thing you can steal that's itself. So when you're stealing steel, the steel is stealing steel. Ah, fuck! If you don't understand that reference, then you're gonna think I'm completely batshit insane, but you probably already thought that. And stealing steel is pretty fucked, boys. I mean, think about it. Think about it. Think about it. What the fuck are you talking about, Ricky? I mean, steel's the only thing you can steal that's itself. What? When you're stealing steel, you're stealing steel. Oh, fuck. I asked my brain nicely to leave me alone, and keeps putting out things about Lady being my father. Or whatever the fucking line is. I don't know. I don't know the fucking dialogue of Trailer Park Boys off by heart like my brother probably does. Oh. Cats are in the same bed and they're fighting and biting each other. Guys, leave each other alone. Jack, leave her alone. She's clearly struggling. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. Stop biting your sister's ass. Fucking have to fucking kick her out of the bed. Ow! Speaking of Trailer Park Boys, I bought their chips. The chicken chips and the dressed are all over chips. All dressed, but called dressed all over. I wonder if they have fucking jalapeno or jalapeno zesty mordant. That's it. Zesty mordant being zesty cheese Doritos, and Ricky doesn't understand that mordant is zesty in French. For some reason my mind went to say Japanese, but that's completely wrong. I don't know what zesty is in Japanese. It's probably not anything. Zesty! Zesty amotunto! Trailer Park Boys! The thing about the stealing steel part is that you're stealing steel. It's not the same word, but it sounds like the same word, and Ricky is kind of dumb, so... Or maybe he knew that it's not the same word, but he's purposely trying to distraculate his brain. Distraculate, yeah, that's a word. Mom, your father. Doesn't even say, Luke, I am your father. He says, no, I am your father. told me enough. He told me you killed him. No. I am your father. Which, like, Vader only, like, learned that in that exact movie. So, like, even he's kind of like, oh, this is kind of fucked. But then they kind of retconned that, sort of. Or that comic book where... Is it when Darth Vader meets Boba Fett, but it's before the scene in Empire that he meets Boba Fett in? I mean, he's met Boba Fett before, but... Dang. I don't know if they even met prior to being Darth Vader and suit Boba Fett. Oh, I mean, I don't know what he said. Isn't that just great, getting owned by some kid? You can't do a thing if I lock myself in with my works key. That's right, the other works key's not here. My cohorts in the flower patch have the only other one. In that sense, I'm no longer the loser. You just told me where it is. Did he only have a Glameow? How long have I been streaming? Nearly an hour? I'll go for a little bit longer. It's now almost 11, but that's okay. Enough arguing, hand over the sweet honey. Do as we say, Team Galactic will have that honey. We must have it to attract Pokemon in great numbers. Hey, this kid is a witness. What do? We don't need the brat running off to get help. The solution's simple, to ensure the brat stays quiet. Are you gonna kill her? Stonky. Just like your mother. Your mother is stonky. Ha! This is why I'm gonna be stuck as a grunt forever. I just read it late. There's no fucking delay when the game is on my computer and not on a capture card. This is so lame. They're gonna dock my pay. I'm up next. Battling you right after my cohort weakened you gives me the edge. Did he weaken me though? Did he really weaken me, like... Okay, stop missing, Zubat. You both have Zubats. Oh, okay, well, your Supersonic didn't miss, of course. Of course. See, this is why this is bullshit. I used Supersonic multiple times, kept on missing, and then when Supersonic is used on my Pokemon, it keeps on hurting itself in confusion. I'm looking over here, but I should be looking right there. I don't know if the physical camera is doing any better, is any better of a job than the one that I'm using right now, but is any better than the one that I'm using right now, but it's like how I don't have the stand microphone. If this tumor gets bigger again, then I'm gonna have to use it. I want a promotion to get some tough Pokemon, is that what he said? But here's the thing. Because the tumor is in my neck and they can't get it out without basically killing me. They literally can't get it out without cutting through the dura, which the sac your brain stem and brain are in, and you can't patch that. It's basically there's no point in cutting it out. But I mean, if the chemo does a job at shrinking the bump, which I haven't really got a clear answer on if it does, and I think they just don't know. Like the radiation oncologist said that it would work, but then the chemo oncologist was like, no, it's not really gonna do that. It's more gonna take away pain. Maybe. But there's a chance that it could shrink the tumor. It's kind of chemo. So if it does, and I have less pain because of it, and less like discomfort with the headset, then yeah, then I'm fine. But if it keeps on growing, regardless of if it's gonna cure my cancer, I want it out. Again. And I'm gonna have to go through the same thing of having a surgery and having fucking tubes in my neck, and then not being able to shower properly for fucking weeks afterwards. Oh, lovely. Being in the hospital for a few days. Hopefully it's just a few days and it's not like the fucking second time. And if it's only a couple days, like it was literally only 2 nights the first time. I was upset and crying because I thought it was going to be Thursday till Monday, and I couldn't sleep the first night, and I was like really upset the second day, like crying and being like, I can't fucking do this. I can't be here for another few more nights. Can't sleep. Like, do you know how hard it is to be stuck in a hospital when you can't, like, you're stuck in the hospital and you can't sleep, and you can't just, you know, go for a walk outside. I mean, I guess you wouldn't do that in the night anyways. But if I wake up and I can't sleep, I don't know, I go on my phone, but like, if I don't have my phone with me, I'm more bored. Or if I don't have my laptops, or if I don't have my Switch, like, if I have very little things that I brought with me because I don't want them to get stolen, like, yeah, I could go online, but I have to have all my downloads from YouTube set up, and then it's harder to download things when you're in the hospital. And I download shows and try to watch those, and like having to be forced to watch something in order to just distract yourself for hours until morning is very hard. And this time, and the next time I have a surgery, if at all, my parents can't just take the fucking week off. And like, I'm not gonna have family visiting me every day and being able to get food for me. I'm gonna have to deal with fucking hospital food, which for a lot of people is fine, but for me is not fine. And also, even my dad said for some of the meals, like, he wouldn't eat them. So I think a lot of people don't like hospital food. I don't have to worry about that right now, but hopefully if that happens again and I have to get basically the same tumor out, hopefully, you know, I'm gonna have the draining tubes, whatever. But hopefully that'll be after I get my next phone, and I'll have this phone with me. I'll be able to pay off the... Okay, so here's the thing. 4 years ago, like when I had my older phones, the reason I have two phones ago, like two phones, my last two phones, is because you would pay off, you would be paying off it. I guess, I think Roger just paid off the rest of it. You're paying monthly, but I don't know how it worked, because now it's like you're renting the phone. You have to keep it in good condition, or you have to pay the difference and buy it in full. So, like, I'm gonna have to, if I want to keep this phone, I'm gonna have to pay them a few grand, or whatever, however much it costs when I'm done paying however many months, in order to keep it. Or I take everything off of it and give it back to them and get a new phone. This phone, or no, the last phone was the last time that I was able to keep it. Because, with Android, yeah, it was the last time I had to do that with an Android, I think. It's because I had an Android, not an iPhone. Or a Samsung, not an iPhone. Android is the operating system, not the make. It's like Windows. Or no, it's like HP. Or Acer. Well, this is not Acer, that's an Acer, this is an HP. Yeah, Acer Aspire, HP Victus. But the operating system is Windows on both. So it's like Samsung and Google both have Android operating systems, but Samsung is also Google, sort of. There's phones that are not Samsung that have Android on them. But with iOS, it's just Apple. Sort of like how Nintendo makes the system, and most of their games are Nintendo. Maybe not so much anymore, but Sony and Microsoft do make games. They do have game studios, but I think less of their games are from them. Again, maybe not so much anymore. It's kind of opposite. Like, there is Microsoft Game Studios, and Sony definitely makes games, like Spider-Man. Oh, that's, Insomniac. I think you know what I mean. Like, Apple iOS is on Apple phones, and that's it, unless you get it on your Android or sorry, on your different phone, on your Galaxy or whatever. Unless you manage to get it on a different thing. And I mean, you can get an Apple, you can get a Mac OS on a Windows computer, or like on a PC. It's all PCs, but the terminology is so fucked. And like, Linux is not the operating system, it's the kernel, or like it's something else. It's Linux GUI or Linux GNU. Linux is not really the operating system, it's something else. And the person that made the actual operating system is really salty about it. I'm pretty sure he's still alive, and he's probably still salty about it. And people who like Linux, or Linux GNU, probably get really salty about it. Saltier than... I was gonna say McDonald's fries or something, but they're usually not salty. Like a lot of time when I get fries from a restaurant, like a fast food restaurant, they're not salty enough. But it's better for them to be not salty enough than to be too salty, because everyone has salt at home, presumably. If you're getting fries and you're complaining about them not having enough salt and you don't have salt at home, then you don't have. Then what are you doing? Why are you complaining about not having salt? I mean, that they should have a good amount of salt on them, because that's their job at the restaurant, to salt the fries. But if they're too salty, then you can't take the salt off, really. You can't really desalt the fries. It's better for them to be not salty enough, and you just add salt to make it the adequate amount. But saltier than two salty fries. I don't need to fucking think about that. So Jack stole the cat bed, and then Chrissy just went onto the chair that Jack stole from me. Sorry, now I'm distracted by stroking my pussy. She is a pussy, and rubbing her back is stroking her. Scratching her. I'm scratching my pussy. I have two of them. Except I don't. That's the problem. That's why I'm jealous of females. Because they have two holes other than their mouth. For extension. Big black dicks. Adequately sized black dicks. Or just big dicks. See, this is the part of the night where Emily is like driving herself to the surface of my mind, but not in the way she should. It's more Emma. It's more Emmeline being like, "You love big black dick, don't you, sissy boy?" And me being like, "Yeah." And like being like, "Okay, well then be Emma or Emily." Being like, why can't I just be a gay boy or a gay man, or like gay or not gay, like gay as in like liking men and not fully homosexual. I am bisexual, but it's like one of my personalities. I don't want to call it that. I take on the persona of a gay man instead of being bisexual. It's weird. It's like I'm homo and hetero at the same time instead of being bisexual. That's tough, like really, really tough. Or you're weak. Tougher than I can put into words. And I know a lot of words, I doubt that. We're done for here. Let's get back to the Valley Windworks. Oh, what's this thing? They seem to have forgotten it. It's a works key. It's a works key. It must be for the Valley Windworks. It's of no use to me. You may have it as well. Thank you, you surely saved me. Those goons were trying to rob me of my sweet, sweet honey. They sure were weird, though. You saw how they were dressed. What they were saying didn't make a whole lot of sense, either. Oh, I need to thank you. This sweet, sweet honey. Go on, take a whole lot. This man giving me his sweet, sweet honey, I don't think that's appropriate, especially because this character's 11 or 12. She's not 10. As I've said before, just because Ash Ketchum is 10 years old doesn't mean every fucking child in existence with a goddamn Pokemon is 10 years old. Some of them are younger, which contradicts the anime, so that should help you realize that. But also, aren't there characters in the anime that are younger or seem younger than Ash that have Pokemon? But the first episode establishes that once a 10-year-old is 10, once a child is 10, they have their Pokemon license. Is that even a thing? Or is that something that people have said is a thing but isn't a thing? She's either 11 or 12. She might be 10. Hell, she might be 10. These characters might be 10. I assume they're at least 11. Because red and green / blue, and then Leaf, if you want to include her, which I'd like to include her somehow. She's not canon as the protagonist, as the hero, but I want to, with my fan games and fan fiction, retcon some things and make it that all three of them are choosing a Pokemon. Or Leaf just shows up and is given the Bulbasaur. Like red chooses Charmander, green chooses Squirtle, or blue chooses Squirtle, and then Leaf chooses Bulbasaur, because she has no choice. And then there's a bumbling 10-year-old that chooses Pikachu, that gets Pikachu. No. Because he's basically, he is the doppelganger of Red. Technically, I think. If Gary is blue, which blue is not Gary, and green is not Gary, but they're still doppelgangers. Red and green, or blue, and Leaf are 11. The Oris version of Brendan and May are 12, but it might be that the versions in Ruby Sapphire Emerald might be 11. That just means they were born a year earlier, or the Oris versions were born a year earlier, but they're born later anyways because their journey starts later in time itself. It's a different timeline, but it's still the years. This being 2009 and not 1999. The GBC version of it would be 1999. And there is, I don't want to say begs the question, that's a fallacy, but sometimes fallacies are not fallacies. Sometimes things are not fallacies when they seem like they're fallacies. It brings up the question. When I say begs the question, I mean it just brings up the question of, is there a GBC, like a Game Boy Universe version of Hoenn and Sinnoh, like those events? Or do they not take place because even in that universe, all the people, the appropriate people for it to happen, are not born yet, or they're not ready to do things that they did? my explanation for how red and green, or red and blue, or yellow, or blue, or Japanese blue can be in 1996, and Fire Red Leaf Green can be in 2006, is that red and green and leaf were just born later, as were their parents, so Oak was born later, like at least 10 years later, or at the most 10 years later. Yeah. And also, like Red is turning 12 in the year that he's going on his journey. So he's turned 11 the previous year due to me linking their anime or their manga age or their manga birthdays to their game first character. I think that's something that you can't really, you don't need to argue against because it's just a birthday. I'm not saying that they're the same character. I know that the manga is not the games, but their birthdays can still be the same, even if those have different years as well. And I know that Ruby and Sapphire's journey, and maybe Emerald and Wally, I'm not sure. Emerald is like Yellow, where they create the character for the manga. Like there's a character named Emerald, but they're not in any of the games, and it's a very weird character. And same with Yellow. Yellow's like a manga only character, but Platinum is Dawn. She's not called Platinum in the Diamond and Pearl comics. She's called Platinum in the Platinum comics or manga, the line. You know what I mean? She's just Miss Berlitz or whatever, and she has the last name Berlitz. She's like a rich girl. And Barry is Pearl. And Lucas is Diamond. Talking about that makes me miss the people that pretty much hated me because I was annoying and shoved my Digimon character into their Pokemon universe. Because I was being creative. Sue me. Other than, Game Freak and Bandai or whatever. I kind of forced myself into their Let's Play community. Or roleplay community. But it doesn't exist anymore. I can't even go on Twitter anymore. And I don't really want to go on Bluesky. I mean, I have it in my description. And if enough people are following me, I might just go on Bluesky. But it's just going to end up with me arguing with people over political things. Especially right now with what's going on around the world. I just can't help myself. But I don't think anyone is role-playing Pokemon characters. I'm not sure. I think even if they wanted to, they couldn't because of the way Twitter is now. Because it's hard to make an account that is not you. Because people don't want people impersonating people. So even though you're not impersonating anyone, it's still not you. So you have to have your phone number linked and your email linked, which is so stupid. But I'll try to, if Bluesky is public now, I'll try to make a fucking Gameverse roleplay character. Maybe a manga one. I'm not sure who. I don't know if there's any Digimon role players on there. I miss my Digimon community. I miss fucking TK. Not fucking him. I miss Sora. I miss Davis. Davis and TK were known. I think Davis and TK were the same person. Maybe not. I miss Sora. I miss Mimi, who I was like sexually role-playing with, and apparently I turned her on. Apparently I'm good with my words. And the game plan I had for like foreplay and then other things was maybe a little unrealistic, but it was hot. According to multiple people, including Sam. So yeah. But I just need to actually find a woman and woo her, you know, and then earn the right to explore her body with my hands. And she must earn the right to have her body explored with my hands. I'm saying, you know? Oh, no, that's Jack. Yeah, I want Jack over here. Oh, hold on. There we go. Chrissy can come this way. I'm just noticing on the paused stream on Restream, the bar for Jack is like over Bidoof. When I was facing a Bidoof, the enemy Bidoof, it's covering the name, so you weren't able to see it. And yeah, my Let's Plays are gonna have all this stream stuff in them, and people are just gonna have to kind of deal with that. But that's, you know, that wasn't when it was full screen. The chat's not there, but now it's there right now. It's 11:22. This is going too long because I'm just talking. I like talking. Slather that honey on a sweet-smelling tree. It might attract Pokemon. Yeah, because I started talking about this man slathering his honey all over me, and then how old the character is. Yes. Oh, okay. Oh shit? Did I use too much honey? Oh, hold on. I'll go in here. If you put honey on a tree, check back later to see if it's rustling. If it is, it's quite often a rare Pokemon. It gets my hopes up if I see that happening. I think I wasted a honey because I did it twice. The flowers that grow in the fields here are special. Do you see how they're more vivid than flowers elsewhere in Sinnoh? You can thank Pokemon for that. In fact, here, I'm gonna check. If I do it again... Yeah, I definitely wasted honey. Oh well. Maybe I'll have double the chance, or it'll be 2 Pokemon or something. Yeah, that's what I meant by double the chance. I don't want to stop, but I could just go upstairs, fuck's sakes. And then force myself to be asleep. I don't really want repels. Like, I'm kind of like not a repel person anymore, because I want to train. It's locked from inside. Use the works key? Yes. The door to Valley Windworks open. I'm still going. What? No way, you have the key? Locking the door was meaningless. I am the loser in this after all. This is no time for pity. Self-pity. I've got to alert the commander. Yeah, you alert your fucking commander, bitch. Oi! This is no fun and games. This is proper work, I tell you. Okay. Mr. Grunt. See? Oh, I became confused. Oh, and mine missed. What? Some brat messed up my job? Some brat messed up my job. Collecting electricity from the Valley Windworks. That's our mission. Just tell me your evil plans. Tell me more. Like, did he have a car? Supersonic? Missed. You actually want to use ponytail? There you go. I'm not the only kids who also... I can't read that fast enough. Okay, so people usually put the freaking dialogue up. That's as slow as it goes. I also have it on mono because of this being off. And I have it on shift because that's normal Pokemon gameplay. You don't like it, bite me. Don't bite me. Huh. Let's go with that one. Wait, hold on. Oh, okay. So it does change that. Okay, I'll change it from that because that's a little too girly for me. I'm not that bisexual. I said I'm not that gay. I'm not gay at all. I'm bisexual. I gotta stop saying that because it's gonna make me think I'm not actually bi. I like pussy, okay? I'm just gonna fucking... I know I just used the potions. Like, when you're that close to the Pokemon Center, using potions is a waste of potions. But I've already done them, so... I'm just gonna go to the Pokemon Center. It's weird that the bad guys don't stop the child from leaving. Considering she could go get, like, the police. Or an army of 12-year-olds. Or 11-year-olds, whatever. 10-year-olds. Yeah, in Oris, Brendan and May are 12, but... like, finish that conversation. The GBA verse, GBA, NDS, possibly X and Y, 3DS verse. Now, at this point, I'm going along with that mega later, mega earlier timeline thing, where, yes, there's connections between X and Y and Oris, like Bonding Man, Mr. Bonding, but I still say they happen in different timelines, and a lot of people say they happen in different timelines, which they don't really rectify the whole, they're really set up to be in the same thing. But regardless, even if they're in the same timeline, the same world, Oris would still have to be years before X and Y, because X and Y apparently takes place at the same time as Black and White 2. According to that one dude on Twitter. But regardless of if that's canon or not, it has to take place after Black and White, or, yeah, because there's characters in it that are referenced, or it has to take place after this game. Because of Cynthia being in... oh wait, no, she's not in... she's in Black and White 2. I have no reason to believe that timeline is wrong. I don't know. I mean, some things are you cannot argue with because they're in-game stuff, like Johto and Sinnoh being around the same time, Kanto and Hoenn, maybe. I think it's just the fact that they remade them, and in those connections, like there's connections just with the remakes. So maybe Oris takes place at the same time as X and Y? Because without Kanto being there, and there's no Johto being there, you don't need the time gap between Black and Johto and Unova for that Rocket Grunt to be a certain thing. Like, this was who's it? What's her name? That one YouTuber who did Pokemon reviews of games that were already out and new ones, and then she did timeline stuff. And she kind of said that there's like 11. I think she was the one that said that it's basically the years that the games came out, or maybe someone else was. Tamashi, Hiroka, Tamashi, whichever. I would just say it's like 11 years because 1999 to 2010. Johto games to Unova games. It's enough time for him to go home and have a wife and have a child, and that child be around the age that he looks in Black and White. But it could be a lot less time than that. Don't really know. But regardless, you could still have... maybe you could have Oris taking place at the same time as X and Y, even if they're not in the same world. But there's still contradictions with Mega Evolution stuff, the origin of it and all that. been an hour and 37 minutes. Oh, God, I just want to keep going. My Pokemon can't battle anymore. Pokemon can't battle anymore. They're gonna take away my Pokemon for messing this one up. Just you wait. Our commander will smoosh you. I'm one of Team Galactic's 3 commanders. No, wait. That's one of 4 commanders. My name is Mars. It was 3 in Diamond and Pearl, I think. This guy over here is an addition in this game. Terran. So it's like, what happened for the timeline to change? That's the things that I think about. And like, did the timelines go together and create the Platinum World? Or did they split into 2 and create Diamond and Pearl? Or did they come together and then split again to make the remakes? Is there a specific reason as to why those remakes are not different? Because even Fire and Leaf Green are different enough. And, well, they're basically the same. I mean, and same with the Johto games, they're not that different. Like, yeah, there's all the crystal stuff added to the Johto remakes. So, the closest thing to Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl is Fire Red and Leaf Green, but they're still better remakes somehow. They're not disappointing. They have the Sevi Islands and they have all that other stuff. But the Sinnoh remakes do have like the underground stuff. I don't mind them. I don't have a problem with them. I do have a problem with there not being Mega Evolution. I think Mega Evolution should have stayed the gimmick. But they went from Mega Evolution to Z moves to Gigantamax and Dynamax. And then to Terra Crystals or something, whatever the fuck is in the new games. Which, there's still Pokemon that I haven't actually seen in that game, because I've barely played them. I just stopped. It wasn't because of glitches, it wasn't because, like, it was because it's, like, not linear, and I prefer my Pokemon games to be fairly linear. I just don't like running around doing nothing. Or having to... I don't like that the Pokemon centers are not in buildings. I don't like the way the game is set up to it being way too open world. Like, the whole point is an open world thing. It's not just the game is open world. It's the region is... Like, the whole point of the game inside the game is to be open world. Like... I don't know, it's like different from stuff like Oblivion and Skyrim, where you're just going around this country and it's an open world game. Stuff like Zelda Breath of the Wild and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and even Legends Arceus. The whole point is that it's an open world game and that it's this whole empty area to run around in. The way Nintendo and Game Freak and Pokemon Company, Zelda people make open world games is not my cup of tea. The way that Nintendo fans like open world games is not my kind of open world game. Now, Fallout 3 isn't as open world as New Vegas, but I still prefer Fallout 3. It's a little easier. I don't really like the Western thing, because I'm not a fucking Yankee, and I'm from the east side of the fucking continent. I'm not American. I'm not a cowboy, like... Fallout 4, I guess, is my cup of tea. If it were different. I love Oblivion and Skyrim. Morrowind is Morrowind, I guess. I don't like the world. I don't like Morrowind itself, but I want to play Morrowind. and it would be a fairly blind Let's Play. But it's gonna end up being vanilla open Morrowind. Because the things that I need to run in order to ensure that everything's good with the mods that I had was installing and trying to set up in different folders. They just won't work. Try to use the administrator, all that shit doesn't work. I don't know if it's Best Buy that did something to the computer beforehand, like if it's buying stuff from Best Buy. They didn't set it up. I set it up. So maybe it's some administrator shit that needs to be tweaked that I just don't understand. But the optional thing didn't work. The thing they said was optional didn't work, and the thing that they said you need to do this because you might have messed up mods if you don't merge them or whatever. That didn't work either, so basically I'm fucked. And basically I can never play Starwind, which is a mod pack that turns Morrowind into a Star Wars RPG that takes place around the same time as Knights of the Old Republic, which I'm doing a Let's Play of. So, fuck. Basically, fuck. Basically, I'm just gonna have to do Morrowind, open Morrowind, but Morrowind vanilla. Maybe there's like a few mods I can throw in there, but I'm still afraid that with my luck, it'll be like the few that I put in there will mess up. Like, I can get away with like patches, maybe, but if I have to resort to either vanilla open Morrowind or going to regular Morrowind and modding that, then I guess that would be the case. I will be happy when Skywind is out. Sky Oblivion, that too. Oh, More Oblivion is just not. It's apparently a buggy, unfinished mess. So whatever. We've been trying to create a new world that's better than this one, but people have shown little understanding about what we do. You don't understand either, do you? It's a little saddening. So let's have a battle to decide what we do next. If I win, you leave. If you win, we, Team Galactic, will leave. They're negotiating with a frickin' child. She's between the ages of 10 and 13. Or she's at least 10, I think. And at the most, she's like 12. Again, I think. What do you think you're doing to my Pokemon? Battling with them? Is that not the point of a battle, Mars? Why isn't Mars a tough, like, masculine-looking man? That would make more sense, wouldn't it, Pokemon Company? So then he'd be like the god Mars? Mio Dio. The god of war. Oh, fuck my ass. Don't know why I did that. think I'm making the wrong decisions here. Training time. Do I have a quick claw? Because that would be very useful right now. See, they are underleveled. Because that Perugly is fucking level 17. And it goes from like a glamorous kitty to an ugly kitty? Is that like how like women who wear like a lot of makeup as a teenager end up being like ugly as fuck because all the makeup that they've been wearing over the years, like over like a lot of makeup, like seeps into their skin and they end up looking fucking disgusting? Is where I do a thing. This is where I check if Starly gets uh moves that either quicker or that Star Aravia is not going to get. So what am I at? Hold on. Evolves at what? Level 14. That's what I'm at. That's what she's at, or he. I don't know which it is right now. 14. So Endeavor, Whirlwind, Aerial Ice at 25, Aerial Ace at 28. So double team Endeavor at 17, Endeavor at 18, Whirlwind at 21, Whirlwind at 23, Aerial Ace at 25, Aerial Ace at 28, Takedown at 29, Takedown at 23 or 33, and then Agility and Brave Bird is 33, 37, 33, 43. So it would be better to level up, to evolve Starly at level fucking 43 or after at least like 36 or 37. No, but Agility at 33 or 38. So at 30, what, 32? Because then it could learn Agility and Brave Bird. But what about Staraptor then? First of all, what level does it evolve to Staraptor at? 34. So 32 would work, and then because it then would evolve right into Staraptor later, and well, not right into Staraptor, but yeah, 34 close combat. So you want close combat. So take down 33. Well, it would have to be 34. That's the level. So not past that. Well, it would just still evolve. So I would evolve. I would evolve Starly at level 33 because then one level later, it's going to get, or no, at 43. Yeah, but do I want close combat? Is close combat that good? Because if it is, then I'll want to pick it up. Looks damage and then lowers the user's defense stat. Yeah, that is kind of good. So I want to evolve Starly at level 33 because then wait, what? Because then it'll already have takedown and agility will be 38 instead of 33. Um or evolve Staravia or Starly at 34 and then it'll evolve twice because then it'll gain agility. I'll be able to give it agility and then I can evolve it again and it'll be at level 34 and have close combat and it won't need agility and Brave Bird I'll have to wait till 49 to get it instead of 43 like with Staravia. But I kind of want close combat. Unless close combat just isn't worth it. But yeah, it's only level 14, so if I stop it now, I can always like figure that out later. But it's going to be that I'm not going to figure it out because me figuring out is like hopefully someone will give me the answers to my questions. I can always talk to Chat GPT, which I'm putting my mouse over random.org, which is not Chat GPT. Talking to Chat GPT is just better than me trying to scour the internet for the answer. But Brave Bird is a flying type move. So is Aerial Ace, Wing Attack. Like takedown, close combat, and agility are not stab stuff, but agility is kind of useful. Very useful. I'm being sarcastic. It's kind of useful, very useful. Okay, now it's close to midnight, so I'm gonna fucking get on with it. Yep. Huh? Starly stopped evolving. Yep. Stopping my Pokemon from evolving. Evolving. Evolution. I don't know what the correct pronunciation is, but the correct pronunciation of GIF is GIF. It's not GIF. And there's arguments to be made in both ways because there's this video that's like a voicing over like I think it's Sonic Adventure 2 Battle of Sonic and Shadow arguing about it, and I think it's Sonic that says that it's GIF because of graphic, but graphic SCUBA is an acronym, and if you are saying that the letters have to be pronounced the way that like it's GIF because of graphic, then SCUBA would be SCUBA because of self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. Underwater. Underwater. Scuba. And MILF would be mild. Laser. Light emission through light amplification through stimulation. Oh fuck. Light amplified through stimulation of electronic radiation. That's not what it is. Laser would be something else. It'd be laser or something. So you can't make that argument, but you can make arguments in the other direction. So basically, both like it's pointless to argue about it, and just like I've said to people, the guy that made the term says that it's GIF, so it's GIF. But then fucking Tyler Cedarwall, Attack of Toucans, is like, I don't care if the guy that made it says that. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want. Language evolves. And then one of his stupid fucking mods is like, oh, the person that makes something doesn't own it. That is a disgusting thought process. That's how things like Star Wars and Lord of the Rings are just fucking raped or just destroyed by people who didn't make it. But lots of things are now written by the people that didn't make it. Like, you know, Sam Raimi didn't create Spider-Man, but those movies are decent. Maybe not the third one. The first Amazing Spider-Man movie is decent. The first Amazing Spider-Man is good. The second one is, yeah, some aspects of it are fucking terrible. Some aspects of it I love. Especially at the beginning, like the opening scene. I love it. I love the costume that he has on. Especially better than the first one. I did not like the Spider-Man costume in the first one. Yeah. And then the MCU ones are and that's how, you know, things like Percy Jackson are just fucked. And the Harry Potter movies were poorly adapted with under the like, you know, approval of J.K. Rowling, so she obviously didn't care, or Rowling, or whichever it is. She obviously didn't care enough to prevent the poorly adapted movies. Everyone still loves them, so whatever. But as a writer who really needs to get going with fucking writing his bullshit, that scares me. Because I don't want my things changed. I don't want them to cast a black man as Abraham because he's a ginger and he's white. Cast a black man as fucking not Abraham, Benjamin Matthews, because that's who he is. He's black, and more than just being black, he's not just a black character. Just like how Abraham's not just a white ginger character. If you're forcing diversity changes so that there's a black person in it, you're doing it wrong. And there's black people who would agree with that. There's black people who would disagree with that. But I don't think they're the right people to respond to diversity changes. I'm not the right person to say they're the wrong person. But I'm saying it. The right people are black people who would also have that opinion. Because their opinion would be respected. Oh shit. Fuck sakes. And listened to. Well, for mine, because I'm just a white guy, you know? What do I know? I'm just some white guy. Right, Derek? There's a channel called Some Black Guy, which is, his channel name is a play on, what do I know? I'm just some black guy. Which he's not just some black guy. He's the black guy. There's no going black, I mean back. Team Black needs electricity for doing something big. Okay, well... Oh wait, what? Oh right, yeah. You don't have an inkling of what Team Black is trying to achieve. Of course, they don't tell a grunt like me either, but still. Okay, yep. Alright, let's just split this up into 2 episodes. Yeah, okay. Okay, so this is a, what? 2-hour-long episode, so you're welcome. That's gonna be the end. I'm gonna just go upstairs and fucking play it in bed. If you like, that's gonna be the end of this episode of Pokemon. This is gonna be the end of this episode of Let's Play Pokemon Platinum. If you liked the video or videos, hit like if you really liked it or them. Subscribe if you want to and haven't done that already. Comment and share. Hit the bell to be notified when I upload. Check out the links in the description or descriptions. Do whatever else you need to do or want to do. Wherever else you may have uploaded this, wherever else you may be watching it in the future, if you're not watching on YouTube. Favorite the video and put it in a playlist if you want to. Thank you for watching. I'm Anti-HyperLink. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, shoes. Aww. They're cuddling. Aww. Goodbye, shoes. Aww.